America's BAT, man unveils tech built to outsmart a Chinese first strike. Analysts say China has developed a chilling strategy for fighting a war with the United States. Destroy America's fighter jets before they ever leave the ground. In nearly every modern conflict, disabling enemy aircraft on the ground has been the first move. When Israel struck Iranian nuclear sites earlier this year, it began by destroying Iranian runways, grounding Tehran's air force before it could take off. Russia and Ukraine have done the same throughout their ongoing war, targeting airfields to cripple enemy aircraft. And when India clashed with Pakistan, the opening salvos hit Pakistani air bases. Beijing has taken that lesson to heart. The People's Liberation Army, PLA, has spent years building an arsenal of long-range precision missiles, including carrier killers like the DF-21D and DF-26, capable of destroying U.S. aircraft carriers and striking American airfields across the Pacific. The goal: keep U.S. air power out of range before it can even launch. Now, a U.S. defense technology firm says it has built a way to fight back. Shield AI, based in San Diego, has unveiled a new AI-piloted fighter jet designed to operate without runways, without GPS, and without constant communication links. An aircraft that can think, fly, and fight on its own. Shield AI says the jet, called XBAT, can take off vertically, reach 50,000 feet, fly more than 2,000 nautical miles, and execute strike or air defense missions using an onboard autonomy system known as Hive Mind. It's designed to operate from ships, small islands, or improvised sites, places where traditional jets can't. The aircraft's dash speed remains classified. China has built this anti-access aerial denial bubble that holds our runways at risk, said Armour Harris, Shield AI's senior vice president of aircraft engineering, in an interview with Fox News. They've basically said, we're not going to compete stealth on stealth in the air, we'll target your aircraft before they even get off the ground. The jet launches vertically, and 3 XBATs can fit in the space of one legacy fighter or helicopter. According to Harris, the U.S. has spent decades perfecting stealth and survivability in the air while leaving its forces vulnerable on the ground. The way to solve that problem is mobility, he said. You're always moving around. This is the only VTOL fighter being built today. XBAT's Hive Mind autonomy allows it to operate in denied or jammed environments, where traditional aircraft would be blind. The system uses onboard sensors to interpret its surroundings, reroute around threats, and identify targets in real time. It's reading and reacting to the situation around it, Harris said. It's not flying a pre-programmed route. If new threats appear, it can reroute itself or identify targets and then ask a human for permission to engage. That human element, he emphasized, remains essential. It's very important to us that a human is always involved in making the use of lethal force decision, Harris said. That doesn't mean the person has to be in the cockpit. It could be remote or delegated through tasking, but there will always be a human decision maker. Shield AI says XBAT will be combat ready by 2029 and is designed to deliver 5th or 6th generation performance at a small fraction of the cost of manned fighters. The aircraft's compact footprint allows up to 3 XBATs to fit in the deck space of a single legacy fighter or helicopter, giving commanders more flexibility in launching sorties from limited space. While Shield AI isn't disclosing specific numbers, the company says XBAT is priced in the same range as the Air Force's Collaborative Combat Aircraft (CCA) program, the next generation of autonomous wingmen meant to fly alongside and eventually ahead of manned fighters. Costs vary depending on mission systems and configurations, but the company's goal is to scale production to keep the jet affordable and sustainable throughout its life cycle, breaking what it calls the traditional fighter cost curve. The company estimates the aircraft will deliver about a 10-fold improvement in cost per effect compared to legacy 5th-generation jets, including the F-35, while remaining affordable and attritable enough to be risked in high-end combat. Shield AI is in discussions with both the Air Force and Navy about integrating XBAT into future combat programs and with several allied militaries exploring joint development opportunities. Harris said the company views XBAT as part of a generational shift toward distributed air power, one that mirrors what SpaceX did in space. Historically, the United States had a small number of extremely capable, extremely expensive satellites, he said. Then you had SpaceX come along and put up hundreds of smaller, cheaper ones. The same thing is happening in air power. There's always going to be a role for manned platforms, but over time, unmanned systems will outnumber them 10-to-1 or 20-to-1. For Harris, that shift is about restoring deterrence through flexibility. Expat presents an asymmetric dilemma to an adversary like China, he said. They don't know where it's coming from, and the cost of countering it is high. It's an important part of a broader joint force that becomes significantly more lethal.